Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Bameko Payemi. So this channel will be about health tips, that is health tips we need in order to live a healthy life, and also be about food, like food preparation. So on this channel we'll be talking about health tips and as well as food. Yeah, so I will urge you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can get notified whenever a new video pop up. And I believe you're going to enjoy this channel. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, called Helping Us. Yeah, and the first thing I would like to talk about on this channel is first aid kits. What are the first aid kits you need to have at home? You'll be like, I'm not a medical person, did I need to have a first aid kit? Yes, you need to have that first aid kit at home. You know why? What is even first aid kit? First aid kits are medical supplies that is needed to stabilize a sick person before they can be attended to by a medical practitioner. Yeah, it's just like medical equipment that you can have at home to treat minor injuries such as cuts. Maybe when you're trying to cut something in the kitchen and you mistakenly cut yourself, so you don't need to go to the hospital if it's actually a minor one to get it treated. So having a first aid kit at home can get that sorted out. So you need first aid kit at home, and especially if you have children, you know, these children playing around and doing all those things. So how many times will you be going to the hospital up and down if it is a minor injury? So it's better you just have a first aid kit at home. So the first thing we'll be starting with to have at home is a thermometer. Thermometer is used to detect the temperature of a body. Yeah, you'll be like, I'm not a medical person, how am I going to use the thermometer? You don't need to be a medical personnel before you can use the thermometer. A digital thermometer, which is not an expensive one, you can have it at home, so, and it's easier to use. So thermometer will give you an accurate temperature. You know, sometimes we are fond of using the back of our hand to feel the temperature. Sometimes you doing this might not give us an accurate temperature, especially if you have children that can't even express themselves the way they feel. We just assume, oh, this child is having a temperature. You start bombarding them with paracetamol, which they did not need. So you need to have a thermometer at home. Thermometer, yeah, digital thermometer is not an expensive one. You don't need to get an infrared thermometer. No, digital thermometer is not expensive and it's very easy to use. You don't need to have to undergo any training before you can use it. Just put it on, put it under the armpit. Once the alarm beeps, it will just display the temperature on the screen, and also you can just put it in the mouth. It depends, either the mouth for the children or under the armpit. And if you are using it for more, if more than one person is using a thermometer, you have to sterilize it just using a methylated spirit and a cotton wool to sterilize the mouth. That will be needed in order to prevent the spread of infection. So another thing I'll be talking about is gauze. Yeah, you needed to have a gauze at home in case you have a minor wound. So in order not to expose the wound to prevent in order not to expose the wound to infection, so you can just cover the wound with a gauze. Yeah, gauze is needed in order to prevent the spread of infection on the wound. So another thing I'll be talking about is you need to have a cotton wool at home. Yeah, cotton wool is needed. Cotton wool is used for cleaning, so that you can't just pick up any clothes from anywhere when you have a cut to just cover it. No, it's not needed. So use cotton wool to clean and get a clean cotton wool, and make sure you keep your cotton wool in a clean box. So don't just expose the cotton wool. No, you don't need to expose the cotton wool to the air. So make sure you keep it in a tight container where it is protected from dust as well. So another thing I would like to talk about for you to have in your first aid box is an antiseptic cream. So why do you need an antiseptic cream? Sometimes if you don't want to cover a wound with a bandage or a gauze, just apply antiseptic cream, so in order to prevent the spread of infection. So another thing I would like to talk about is painkillers. What is the usefulness of painkiller? Painkillers, the only painkillers I will be suggest, because I'm not here to prescribe drugs for anybody. That is not my profession. We are just giving each other health tips. So I'll just like PCM, that is paracetamol. You can just get it at home to prevent headaches or backache. So have this as well in your first aid kit. So, and also pain reliever spray or gel, or maybe you're having a muscle sprain, so you can just get this as well so that it can reduce any pain, like balm or gel. Yeah, so that will also work. And yeah, we've talked about paracetamol. Yes, and please do not overuse any drug. So once you are not feeling well, okay, I'm having a minor headache, and you've used paracetamol for like 1 to 2 days and there's no changes, please go to the hospital. Do not overuse any drug. Overusing drugs have its side effects, please, and it's a gradual one. Sometimes we might not see the side effects immediately. It is something that is actually might occur in the future. So please, I will urge us not to overuse any drugs. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so another thing I would love to talk about is antacid. We have different antacids, so it depends on the work that works for you. Why do you need to have this at home? Sometimes maybe if you overheat, you might have indigestion. Yes, sometimes if you overheat, you can have indigestion. So the usefulness of antacid is just to reduce the indigestion. Yeah, it just maybe to cure heat. Yeah, to cure an indigestion. That is the usefulness. So another thing I would like to say, that don't overuse any drugs. So after overfeeding, don't be like, oh, if I take antacid, it will always work for me. Please, there is always a saying that prevention is better than cure. So please don't overuse antacid. It also affects some organs in the body. You might not see the effects now. There are some effects that it actually take a gradual process before they take place. Please don't overuse antacid. Just have it at home. If you have indigestion, maybe just use it for a few period of time, and if you notice that there is no changes, please go to the hospital. First aid kit is just to stabilize the person, not just to cure the person permanently of any ailment. It's just to stabilize someone. Okay, thank you. And another thing I would love to talk about is sanitary pad. You'll be wondering that sanitary pad is a general thing I need to have at home. Yes, okay, some people don't get a sanitary pad until they see their period. Please try to have a sanitary pad at home. We can train our teenage girls that they can have it down. Sometimes you might be expecting your period in a particular time and you did not see it, and sometimes it might come before the expected time. So sometimes the calculations might not work. So please have your sanitary pad at home. Teenage girls, ladies, women that has not yet reached menopause, please have your sanitary pad at home. So another thing I would love to talk about is blood pressure machine. You'll be like, no, so we have the digital one as well. Yeah, that's something that does not require a training before you can use. This is actually necessary for those that have elderly ones at home. So you need to have a blood pressure at home so that you can keep their blood pressure in check. So yeah, it's good to have it at home so that you can keep their blood pressure in check. We have we have little ones that is not that expensive, and it's very easy to use. Once you just read the manual, yeah, it's very easy to use a blood pressure machine. Yeah, it's good if you have an elderly ones at home to have it at home. Yeah, so another thing is glucometer, especially if you have a diabetic patient at home. Glucometer is needed so that you can keep their blood sugar in check. Yeah, so that you can keep the blood sugar in check. It's good to have a glucometer at home, especially if you have a diabetic patient. So another thing that we have is oral rehydration sachets, that is ORS. It's important to have this at home because sometimes you can just wake up in the night and start going to toilet maybe 1 or 2 or 3 times. You just find yourself using the toilet. Oh, what is happening? That might be a diarrhea. So having ORS at home will just stabilize the person first, that this gives the person a little strength maybe before you can take them to the hospital. So ORS is very important to have at home. So another thing is disinfectants. It's good to have disinfectants around us because they prevent the spread of germs. Yeah, it's good to have disinfectants because it prevents spread of germs. So there are a lot of things you can have at home as medical aid. Like I said, you don't have to be a medical personnel to have medical equipment at home. Yeah, that is first aid kit. You don't have to be a medical personnel at all. It can be helpful to you and your family and also people around you. Yeah, living healthy. Yeah, living healthy is very good. So if you have all those medical um first aid kit at home, you can use it to stabilize a sick person before they can be attended to by a medical personnel. So you can add yours. I just try to measure a few. Thank you so much. If you have listened up to this stage, you have really tried. Thank you so much for listening, and I will urge you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can always do better. So bye for now. Thank you.